I'm sure maybe a lot of you have heard of these statistics. You know, 1 in 4 people experience mental health issues each year. 70 to 75% of people with a diagnosable mental illness receive no treatment at all. 1 in 5 people take a day off due to stress. 90% of people cited a different reason for their absence. That's the one that I talk about a lot when we address stigma. You know, how many people are confident to say to their managers or their boss, I am not coming in today, or I'm not working today because I'm really anxious? Or do they sugarcoat it in a different reason, which, as you can see from that statistic, 90% of people fear that they're going to be judged if they openly talk about how they feel. And also, you know, when you're looking at sort of the costs, and again, we'll talk about this and how we can bring this to senior buying and relate it to senior buying, but there's been a lot of research now, and there's a lot of papers out there that show that for every £1 invested in mental health, employers saw a return of at least £5. And equally, the total cost of mental ill health in England is estimated at 105 billion per year. I think there was a statistic that also showed for every person within your organization, it costs the business £1,300 per year per employee if you do not focus on mental health. So when we're looking at these numbers, we're going to talk about this more soon. We're almost creating a commercial business case that almost gets them to see mental health in a different way. But when I'm looking at it, and I'm sure when you're looking at it, and we're looking at other statistics, if you've got men in your organization under the age of 45, do any of you, just put it in the chat box, do any of you know what the biggest threat to their lives are? So what's the biggest threat to those employees, men under 45? Does anyone know? Put it in the chat box. Here we go. Suicide. So biggest threat to men under 45 in the UK is suicide. Biggest killer of men under 45 in the UK is suicide. So actually, if we've got male employees under that in that age demographic, what's the biggest threat to their life? And it's suicide. It's mental health. It's mental illness. So again, when we're looking at this, yes, the numbers are clear for us to see from a commercial point of view, but from an emotional human element, you know, we need to protect our employees. Equally, biggest killer of young people in the UK as well is suicide. So again, the younger sort of generation. And equally, as I always say, mental health is something that we all have, right? We all have to deal with this. So why is it just that we're still focused on this small cohort of employees that might be in a crisis, that might be dealing with something, when in reality, our whole organization has to deal with their emotions and mental health on a daily basis?